Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. One of the videos I want to make when I eventually turn this channel into a podcast with daily segments is I want to make videos related to cards that get released in Japanese and have full thorough conversations about them to see whether or not they'll be up to snuff in the metagame or not. So today I want to bring to you the case of this newly revealed card, MegaSeadramon Ace, because I'm not sure that people realize how good this card is. This is a card that will see meta play, and I'm going to explain to you why in today's video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments, and of course, please like and subscribe, turn on notification on those mashed potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. So as you can see here, this is an Ace with Overflow 4. It's 7 to play, 4 to evolve, or 3 on your DS trait cards, which is going to be an EX8 thing, so don't worry about it for now. Reasonable requirements, as it is an Ace. It's also Blast Digivolve, which you can see right here, so that's pretty cool. So, what does this card actually do? Well, on play when Digivolving, you Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 7 or less to the bottom of the deck. So already, that's a good effect, right? You Digivolve something, and all of a sudden, maybe you bounce something. That's pretty cool. But then it gets even better. And no, I'm not talking about always having the aquatic trait. That's cool, but irrelevant. All turns, while you have one or more memory, none of your opponent's Digimon can suspend. Now, I don't think you realize how good that is while you have one or more memory. So if it's your turn, and you're just chilling at 1 memory, 2 memory, whatever, well, they can't block whatever you do. That's pretty cool. That's really interesting, because to block, you'll turn your card that way, right? All of a sudden, it can't do that. Now, Tamers can suspend, fine, that's great. But, on not being able to suspend Digimon is kind of a big deal, right? You can't do Blitz. Blitz doesn't work because your opponent's passing over the turn to Blitz. All of a sudden, they can't Blitz. And they also can't do a couple other things, like Vortex. Vortex, if anyone does Vortex gets better. They can't Vortex with this card on the board. That's pretty cool, eh? So, let's not get confused here, because it is different from this MegaSeadramon. This MegaSeadramon is specifically for Dark Masters support. This is not Dark Masters support, this is DS support. But that doesn't even matter. Want to know why it doesn't matter? Because there are people on the internet who seem to think that this is a great top end for the fish aquatic theme. And to be fair, it's not bad. It's not bad. It can't do things like play things from the sources or whatever, but you need a level 6 boss monster in your blue fishy deck. MegaSeadramon Ace is not a bad choice, but that is not why this card is good. One of the reasons why this card is so insane is because a card like Rapidmon exists from Star Deck 17. This card reads on player when Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if you have a green tamer, until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to the hand or deck. And what green tamer, I wonder, might you have on the board if you're playing some kind of Mother Shoto control deck, because most of your top end is black, because you're playing black hybrids, and you're playing Rapidmon. Interesting. So all of a sudden, if you play this dude with a green tamer, or evolve it on top of one of your black hybrids, well, interestingly enough, you have MegaSeadramon Ace that your opponent can't really interact with, except for DP reduction and D-Digivolve, or chaos degradation type stuff. It's going to be harder to interact with it. And this card, because of this interaction here, it will see play in these black mother control decks that you see all the time, that, by the way, aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And this is just a new boss monster for that whole deck. That's why this card is good. That's why this card is insane, because it just seamlessly fits so well into those strategies, those black control strategies. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but does this card actually do anything? Do the effects actually mean anything? Well, the floodgate effect, right? The old turns thing. Yes, like I mentioned, you can't stop Vortex. You can stop Vortex or Blitz or stuff like that. But it also stops Lugamon plays. Because how Lugamon usually works is you're past your memory gauge, right? To do your things. And all of a sudden, you have a card that says if you go past your memory gauge, you can't do your things. And Lugamon will always try to delete your stuff, right? Now, to be fair, you can Fenrir Lugamon, Takamikazuchi. Maybe you can minus 16,000 DP it, unless you give it some other kind of protection, which you can do. There's ways to give your cards protection. But your Lugamon can't really do its thing. You aren't going to be able to swing with this card on the board because it says no. Now, this card, like I said, doesn't beat Lugamon by itself because, with the right setup, they can still out it, DP reduce it, and still OTK you. But this card prevents an interesting, not prevents, it poses to be a thorn in the side of Lugamon players. And Lugamon is constantly still seeing play because of scrambles. You know a Lugamon and a scramble can OTK you turn 2? Did you know that? If they open broken enough? Like, that's insane. So having this card as an additional stopgap for the strategy is not bad. Like, it just isn't that bad, if you think about it. It's just another way to help combat that deck. Because they don't really have the tools to do much against that deck. But this helps. This card actually helps quite a bit against the Lugamon strategy. But that's why this card is good. It's good because of that all turns effect, and it's good because it can go into one of the top control decks in the game. It's not good because it can go in your fishy deck, Sure, put it in your fishy deck. It's going to do fine there for the extent of how good a fish deck actually is. But it's really going to shine in these control decks with the Shotos and the Mothers and the Rapidmons and the Hybrids and your whole slew of level 6 ace monsters that then turn into level 7s that just do crazy things. And that is my analysis on MegaSeadramon Ace. It's a super rare that's coming out in EX8. And having floodgate effects like this are really good. Don't forget that when your Shoto turns your dude into a blocker, if you can ace into this, odds are you can Digivolve their big attacker and then block it. If you can't bounce this back to the bottom of the deck, odds are you block MegaSeadramon Ace, and then they lose momentum and they go from there. They kind of hope you don't have it, so to speak, or play around it, which is definitely the thing you have to do in the black security control matchup, so to speak. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm overhyping this card? Do you think this card is as good as it seems? Do let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!